Morning, tiddlers. I'm so sad that I can't see you today and do our singing time and our story time together at St John's. But I thought that perhaps I could tell you a story anyway. So what I've done is I found myself a little comfy place to sit. I've got myself a really excellent story to read to you. I thought perhaps if you could find somewhere to snuggle down cosily with a grown-up, you could join me. And then afterwards, maybe you could sing some of your very favourite tiddler songs with said grown-up. So, are you ready? I'm going to read to you today about a man called Jesus. You might have heard me mention him before. And I'm going to tell you about him because he is actually the hero of Easter. And it's nearly Easter. So I thought we've got to have some stories about Jesus. So I'm going to read to you from the Jesus Storybook Bible. The clue is in the name. It's going to be all about Jesus, isn't it? And the story that I've chosen to read to you today is called The Captain of the Storm. And it's about a day when Jesus went for a sail in a boat. So, you ready? The sun was going down. The air was warm and still looks like a lovely day for a sail. Let's go for a sail across the lake, said Jesus to his friends. Jesus had been helping people all day and he was really tired. So when Jesus climbed into the boat, as soon as his head touched the pillow, he fell fast asleep. It was a beautiful evening. A gentle breeze rustled the sails. The friends were chatting happily as they set out together. Everything was perfect, just right for a quiet sail. Skip to this. They were only about halfway across when, out of nowhere, whirling winds swept across the lake, fierce and strong like a hurricane. A blinding flash of lightning lit up the sky. Thunder roared right overhead. The storm blew the water into towering waves that hurled the little boat up, 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 then sent it hurtling, crashing back, down, down, down. The fishing boat was blown, buffeted and tossed and turned, back and forth and up and down and right and left and round and round. And in the middle of the storm, Jesus, you see him, was sleeping. Now Jesus' friends had been fishermen all their lives on this lake, but never in all of their lives had they come across a storm, anything like this. This storm was too big for them and they just couldn't control the boat. But the storm wasn't too big for Jesus. Help! They screamed. Wake up, quick, Jesus! Jesus opened his eyes. Rescue us! Save us! They shrieked. Don't you care? Of course Jesus cared, and that was the very reason he'd come, to rescue them and save them. So he stood up and he spoke to the storm. Hush, he said. That's all. And then the strangest thing happened. The wind and the waves recognised Jesus' voice. They'd heard it before, of course, because it was the same voice that they'd heard in the very beginning when he was making them. Immediately, the wind stopped. The water calmed down. It glittered innocently in the moonlight as if nothing had happened. The little boat bobbed gently up and down. There was a deep stillness and a great quiet all around. Then Jesus turned to his friends. Why were you scared? He asked. Did you forget who I am? Did you believe your fears instead of me? Jesus' friends were quiet as the wind and the waves. And into their hearts came a different kind of storm. What kind of man is this? They asked themselves anxiously. Even the wind and the waves obey him. They said that because they didn't understand. They didn't yet realise that Jesus was the Son of God. Jesus' friends had been so afraid that they had only seen the big waves. They'd forgotten that if Jesus was with them, they didn't need to be afraid. No matter how big the waves or how small their boat. And tiddlers, that is true for you as well. If Jesus is with you, you do not need to be afraid. So, I hope you've enjoyed our first tiddler story, Home from Home. And now would be a really great time to sing The Grand Old Duke of York, or Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, or whatever else you fancy singing. And hopefully you'll join me next Monday for another story. So tiddlers, have a great week. I hope you enjoy playing. I hope that you enjoy getting out in the sunshine a little bit. And we shall see you very soon.